In the rapidly growing global anime landscape, few titles have made as loud an impact as Solo Leveling. Originally a webtoon-turned-manhwa sensation, the series rocketed into anime superstardom with its highly anticipated debut, garnering critical acclaim and sweeping awards, including Anime of the Year at the 2025 Crunchyroll Anime Awards. With the franchise expanding into movies, merchandise, and even video games, the latest announcement that Netflix would produce a live-action adaptation was met with mixed feelings. While some welcome the idea with cautious optimism, many fans remain skeptical. The truth is, Solo Leveling doesn't need a live-action series. In fact, it may be better off without one. The problem with adapting the unadaptable. The magic of Solo Leveling lies in its distinct identity: high-octane action, supernatural power scaling, stylized visuals, and the unique growth arc of its protagonist, jinwoo. These elements thrive in animated form. The medium of anime lends itself to flashy, exaggerated battles, intricate world-building, and immersive internal monologues, all of which are essential to the DNA of Solo Leveling. Translating that into live-action introduces major obstacles. Even with modern CGI, recreating the scale, speed, and fantasy design of shadow monsters and epic battles will almost certainly feel diluted. The visual splendor of Solo Leveling is tightly tied to its animated style. Removing it risks unraveling what made the series successful in the first place. Netflix's inconsistent track record with anime adaptations. Netflix has made several bold attempts to bring beloved anime series to life, but its history is checkered at best. Death Note and Cowboy Bebop were widely panned by fans and critics alike, accused of missing the heart and nuance of their source material. While One Piece was a surprising success, largely thanks to Eiichiro Oda's close involvement and a deeply passionate cast and crew, it's an outlier, not the standard. Given this inconsistency, there's no guarantee Netflix will treat Solo Leveling with the care and reverence it demands. Without strong creative oversight from original creators or a visionary filmmaker deeply invested in the property, the risk of another forgettable, formulaic adaptation looms large. Solo Leveling's story is built for animation, not live action. What makes Solo Leveling work is its slow-burn pacing and stylized presentation. Jinwoo's evolution from weak hunter to world-shaking powerhouse isn't just about visual spectacle, it's about emotional resonance. The anime carefully frames his transformation through internal monologues, dreamlike sequences, and dynamic combat that sells both his power and humanity. In live action, these narrative beats could come off as melodramatic or awkward. Too often, the emotional nuance and psychological depth of anime characters are lost when adapted to live formats. A live-action Solo Leveling could unintentionally flatten Jinwoo's arc into a shallow power fantasy, rather than the intimate character study it's meant to be. The cultural risk of misinterpretation. Solo Leveling is deeply rooted in Korean culture and sensibilities. Its success is a triumph not only for fans of anime and manhwa but also for Korean media making its mark globally. Adapting it for a broader audience, especially one catered to by Western studios, risks erasing or misrepresenting the series' cultural identity. Hollywood has a long history of whitewashing, miscasting, and altering Asian stories to fit Western tastes. Solo Leveling should not suffer the same fate. The fear is not just about visual fidelity, but about cultural respect and narrative authenticity. If Netflix fails to retain the Korean essence of the story, fans are likely to reject the adaptation outright. Did anyone ask for this? Perhaps the most telling concern is that no one in the core fanbase seems to be asking for a live-action version. The anime adaptation is already flourishing, praised for its visual quality and faithful storytelling. The manhwa still commands a loyal following. Fans have made it clear, what they want are more anime seasons, not an awkward reimagining in live action. A live-action adaptation may reach new audiences, but at what cost? If fans, the very people who carried Solo Leveling to global prominence, aren't excited about this new direction, what is the purpose of the adaptation beyond corporate monetization? The bigger problem, live action isn't always the answer. Anime adaptations in live action continue to struggle because the mediums serve fundamentally different storytelling functions. Anime embraces exaggeration and internal logic. It can make the impossible feel natural. Live action, by contrast, often demands realism and coherence, qualities that don't always align with anime's free-form expressiveness. Studios should stop treating anime as raw material to mine and start recognizing it as a completed art form. Not everything needs to be adapted. Especially not something like Solo Leveling, which has already found its perfect home in animation. Final thoughts. Let Solo Leveling be. Solo Leveling is already a global success without live action. Its story, visuals, and characters are finely tuned for animation. Instead of watering down the experience for a broader audience, the focus should be on expanding the anime and respecting the artistic vision that fans fell in love with. Unless the adaptation comes with an airtight plan, culturally respectful vision, and the creative brilliance needed to enhance, not replace, its source, Solo Leveling's live-action future might be more of a burden than a blessing. Let anime be anime, and let Solo Leveling continue to shine in the form where it belongs.